Hey guys, welcome back to the Jennbug Handmade podcast. I'm Jen. You can find me on Ravelry as Knittin' Jen, and you can also find me on Instagram as Jennbug Handmade. Welcome back. I wanted to film a short podcast for you guys today. I haven't gotten a whole lot of knitting done. Well, I have, but I've been making like thousands more Bernie mittens, which I showed last podcast. So that is all done. Thank the Lord. I'm done with that. So now I can move on to other things. And I've also been working on, I'm very excited to share my very first knitting pattern. So I have those all done. It's a pair of socks and knit up, and I'm going to show them to you here shortly, but I have them all finished up. I have written everything out. All I have to do now, I have the other sock blocking because I was so excited that I blocked them the first one right after I finished it. The other sock is blocking. I'm going to get some pics and write up the document. Everything's already ready to go. I already written all my notes, tested it out, everything. So just got to put it all together in a PDF and I'm going to list it on Ravelry. So I am super duper excited about that. I've always wanted to design knitting patterns and never had the time, and here we are in the pandemic, and got some extra free time on my hands. I'm only working every other weekend at the hospital, so super nice to be excited and get to do some of the things that I've always wanted to do. So anyways, without further ado, this was the yarn that inspired my new pattern. I saw this on the Miss Bab's website. This is her Putnam sock base, and this colorway was called Jelly Bean, and it totally is, it's my color. I love pinky purples, so I was gonna love this, and it's super Easter, so I picked out a couple of coordinates to go with it. I kind of had in my idea what I wanted to do, but I wasn't sure, how many colors I would need. I actually ended up not using this blue. I might use this later. I'll show you. But I ended up picking out this beautiful toes. She has, Miss Babs has her toes skeins, little mini skeins. So this fingering weight coordinate to go with it. So I had it in my head. I don't know. I saw this colorway and this idea just came to me that no one has ever designed anything with peeps in it. Oh my gosh. So I present to you the Peeps Socks. How cute are these? I'm so excited about these, you guys. It's got this adorable picot cast on, which I know is super frilly and crazy, but it reminds me, I thought Easter is the time when you put all the little babies in their dresses and wear all the frilly socks to church and all that stuff. So, I thought it needed a picot edge. And then it's got a twisted rib and some bobbles just to kind of balance out the crazy up here. And then we have our chicks and ducks, little peeps there. And I wanted to throw some eggs in there because, why not? Eggs and hearts, slipped rib heel or slip stitch heel. Yeah, and just a normal rounded toe. So these, I'm going to name this pattern Peeps, and I am going to have it on Ravelry. It should be up sometime around when this video releases. If you don't see it yet, check back in another day. But I'm super duper excited about these. I'm going to list these on Ravelry. It actually was a lot of work to make the color work with the cuff and the right amount of stitches in the foot. So I'm going to list these for $4.50 on Ravelry, but I'm going to give you guys a code. $4.50 on Ravelry, but I'm going to give you guys a code to my few loyal podcast viewers here. And the code is going to be my peeps. So you can get it for free for a certain amount of time. I think I'll have it free for about 2 weeks or so. But yeah, really excited about this. I love this yarn. This Miss Babs Putnam is one of those 4-ply yarns that are really nice and thick that I've realized that I love on my feet now and that I can't live without when I'm knitting socks. The toes is still a 2-ply, but it's only in the toe and the heel, and where I wear my holes on like this part of my foot right here. So hopefully I won't have too many holes in there. But I'm super excited about these. I think they're super cute, and I love the colors. I love the way these turned out. I think that they look like Peeps. So that was a lot of fun for me. I have some ideas for a few shawls that I've been dreaming up in my head that I'm going to try to design. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully, you know, this is the beginning of many more knitting pattern designs, but we'll see. So I'm really excited. I love these. I can't wait to wear them. And I will say the color work on a sock can sometimes get tight and hard to get on your foot. These stitches are worked over a bigger circumference than these, just a little bit. So it actually evens out pretty well to where, since this, you know, usually draws in more, it's pretty seamless here, and I really love that. So this part, long story short, this part is not too tight at all on my foot, and it slides on great, and I have a humongous honking heel, so hopefully no one else will have an issue, but I really love these. I'm so excited. So hopefully you'll go and check the pattern out and give it a download with that code. All right, and I might knit another pair out of these colors. I need to see if I have enough of this yarn. I might. This is some spun right round that I've had in my stash that I used in my Find Your Fade shawl. And the colorway was called Rumble and Brighton. But I think it would really go perfect with this turquoise blue. So we'll see. Might. If I don't have enough to do my pattern, then I'll definitely make some shorty socks out of this. So super excited for that. And so I only have one other thing that I'm working on right now, just because I've been crazy busy doing all the things, but I hope to have this finished before the next time I podcast. So I know I talked to you guys briefly the last time, of course I'm in the middle of a row, about the patient that I had at the hospital. So if you guys don't know, I'm a labor and delivery nurse, and last time I talked about how I had taken care of this patient, and she nominated me for this thing called the Daisy Award, and it's kind of a big deal, so it was really crazy. But anyways, she had lost her baby, and this was about a year ago now. And so she's having another baby very shortly. She actually has her induction scheduled, and I've switched my schedule around to where I can be working that day, so I can be her labor nurse again, which is pretty amazing. So I'm super duper excited, but I wanted to make her new rainbow baby girl a blanket. So I went ahead and ordered some more Miss Babs, because I ordered this at the same time because I'm obsessed with Miss Babs, y'all. I always have been, and I love her. So I got 2 skeins of her Yowza. This colorway is called Gibson Girl, and it's just this beautiful pink, but it has these like gardeny greens in it and speckles of like greenish tan. It's just beautiful. So I thought that this would be a really pretty color for a baby girl blanket. So I started. That's not a lot done yet. I literally started this like an hour ago before podcasting, but I started the blanket. So that's all I have right now. This pattern is called the Arantis blanket. I believe it's Arantis. And it was in the hot right now on Ravelry, and I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. Yes, Arantis blanket. But and I'll put a picture, but it's this beautiful, it's just garter stitch all the way through. And then it has this beautiful lace floral edging, which I just love. I really am into knits that are just super simple and straightforward and, you know, just a little bit of interest. I really like things that are easy to knit but look super cute. So, battery is low again. I'm a terrible podcaster. Clearly, I was not prepared for this. But anyways, just such a beautiful blanket. So I love the colors so far. This is Miss Babs Yowza. So this is a light worsted weight. The pattern actually calls for like more of an Aran weight or a heavy worsted, but I just went down. This is more of like a heavy DK light worsted, so I just went down a needle size. I'm knitting them on size 9 circs instead of size 10. So and this is a perfect gauge. It doesn't matter for it as long as it's kind of flowy like I want it, but it's not too lacy either, so it's perfect. So I just went down to a 9 from a 10 to a 9, and yeah, it doesn't matter because it's just a baby blanket. It's not gonna be measured perfectly. It's just something sweet for your little babe. So these are the Knit Picks aluminum needles that I really love. Really love these. Been enjoying having this set, and really affordable, like in the $50 range. I think I got them for, with maybe on sale. Their stuff goes on sale a lot, which is for the whole set, which is pretty amazing considering some sets are hundreds of dollars. So I really love these needles. The cords are stiff, but like I said before, I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. So yeah, so hopefully I plan to have this done in like a week. So I'm going to be knitting on this like crazy. I don't know that I'll be able to like show the actual finished project on my podcast. I might have given it to her by then. I hope that's the plan. But I will definitely get some really good pictures to insert for next time. So very exciting. I love Yowza. It's like such a great, affordable, beautiful yarn. And then you get these monster skeins that, you know, you can make so many things out of without ever having to, you know, add in a new ball. So love these. So that is that. Let's see. And so since I didn't have a lot of knitting to show you guys today, I'm going to show you some of my old favorites, which is a lot more Miss Babs and Plucky Knitter yarn. But anyways, this first thing I'm going to show you, this is my sockhead hat, which I love. I've knit 2 of these so far. I knit one, I think. No, maybe I knit my husband a ribbed hat. I take it back. I've only knit one of these, but I love this hat. And this is Miss Babs Cosmic. And I don't remember this colorway. It's on my Ravelry page if you guys care, but it's these beautiful purples and like dark purples and gray, grayish black. And I love this hat. I wear it all the time. Super warm. And I think this base might be discontinued. I'm not sure. But the Putnam is super similar. So if you wanted something comparable, this one might have... No, actually, yeah, they feel very similar. This one's like a tad bit softer, but this is a nice sturdy 4-ply. And, but yeah, I love this hat. I wear it a lot. And if you haven't knit a sockhead hat, it's super fun, super easy, super addicting, and I would absolutely recommend this pattern. I believe it's free. It was really big a few years ago. Few years might be like 5. I have no idea. I have no more concept of time now that I'm an uncool millennial or whatever, 30-year-old. I don't know if you guys saw that thing on TikTok, but they said if you side part your hair and wear skinny jeans and use the crying, laughing emoji, then you're old. So clearly I'm old, and I don't know nothing, but I love this hat, and it's folded here, so it's got quite a bit of ribbing. Yeah, I love it. Super comfy, super cute. Wear it all the time because I always got some bedhead. But yeah, Miss Babs again for the win. I'm kind of in love with her, as I am with many knitting peoples, many yarn designers and dyers and pattern designers. But anywho, I will show you guys another hat that I have completed in the past and that I love. And this is my Babble Hat. And I can't remember if this was a free pattern either. It's been a while. But this was popular again a few years ago. And I love this hat. I mean, it's sheep, okay, in the snow and the grass. So, I mean, how can you not love this? Freaking awesome. But this hat is knit out of Plucky Knitter Trusty. And I knit this quite a while ago. It's been probably 5 or 6 years, I think. But I knit this right before I went to SAF for the first time, which is Southeastern Animal Fiber Fair. And that one's kind of out near Asheville. And my in-laws live close to there. So we went to visit them. And we went to the yarn show. And that was a lot of fun. So... my mother-in-law and husband were acting fools, so they were quite embarrassing. They were not allowed to come the next time that I went. I had my husband drop me off. So, anyways, yeah, this is knit out of Plucky Knitter Trusty. I do not remember the colors. The colors are also on my Ravelry project page if you want to check them out. But so this is a nice rusticy wool hat, and it's super cute. So another hat. The one thing I will say about this hat is it's very wide. Some people don't like that, so they took one of the repeats of the sheep out of there, so that way it was a little bit more scunched up. It doesn't bother me at all. I guess I have a huge head. Both my boys have really big heads. They're like 99 percentile. Every time I take them to the doctor, always have been. So I guess maybe they got it from me. I don't know. But the hat fits me perfectly. And I love this hat too. So I might keep this one on. You know, it's super cute. Also, drink like a Gilmore Girl. That's what my shirt says, just in case, you know, you wanted to know. Because I hate when I'm watching a podcast and I can't read the rest of the shirt. But I love it. Love me some Gilmore Girls. Anyways, moving on. I'm going to show you guys a couple baby things that I knit for. I knit them for my older son, I guess, but both of my boys have worn them. So, you know, I guess I should knit Walter like his own thing, but poor boy does wear a lot of hand-me-downs, but he is too young to know, and those clothes are in great condition, and, you know, that's the advantage when you have two boys. I mean, literally, Bradley outgrows something, and Walter can immediately fit into it, because Bradley was kind of shorter, and Walter's, like, super tall. Walter's my younger boy. He's, like, which I don't know where that came from. Neither of us is very tall, but there you go. So, yeah. Bradley will outgrow something, and Walter's already like fitting into a lot of his 3T things, even though he's 18 months old. So that's fun. But anyway, so one day he might get his own special knitted thing, but for right now he still doesn't know any better. So they just get hand-me-downs, but he just gets the hand-me-downs. But he has outgrown these, but he did wear these as well. This is my little baby flax that I knit for my boys. I knit it for Bradley, and he outgrew it, and then Walter wore this as a little sweater. I love this. I think it's so cute. I love these colors. This is Plucky Knitter, and this is Lodge. I don't know. Like I said, I've been out of touch. I know I have a lot of knits with Plucky Knitter, but I've been out of touch with Plucky Knitter for a while, just because of some of the changes that were going down over there and their ownership and stuff. So I know I pimp them out a lot on my podcast, but I don't know if they still make this yarn. I have no idea. I haven't bought from them in like a year. So anyways, this is Lodge was the name of the base, and it was this. I really love this base because it's like got cotton in it. It's like wool and cotton, so it's squishy, but it's not like squeaky, you know. So it's really, really nice base. But this was, I'm pretty sure this was like a Loch Ness Monster or Nessie or something. So it had these blues and greens, and I really love this. It's hard to see the blue in there, but it's really pretty. But yeah, my little baby flax. Both boys wore this. Adorable little sweater. I love it. This has gone. I have a special like bin that I've put all the baby things from both of them. And they each have their own little bins with like their own little memories of their feet and their things. But I have a baby bin of like baby things that, you know, because I'm a very OCD person. I like to get rid of things. I like to sell things, and I don't like clutter. So, I mean, you wouldn't tell by all the crap behind me, but I don't love to have a lot of clutter around. So I knew that we were done having kids. I got rid of all their bouncers, all their stuff. So, but obviously I kept a little box of baby things, and this has gone in the special baby things box. So maybe one day they'll have kids and I can pull it back out. So anyways, next thing I'm going to show you guys, and the last knit I'm going to show you guys today, is my little baby Antler. This is a tin can knits pattern, and so is flax. This is tin can knits as well. That's what I'm telling you. If you have not knit a tin can knits pattern, you should. They're so great. They're so straightforward and easy. But anyways, this is my little baby Antler sweater. You can kind of see the pattern there. And this was made from a Miss Babs Yowza skein. I had actually made a baby sweater for somebody else, and I used the leftovers to make Bradley when he was a little baby. This little baby Antler, and I love it. This was like, I'm pretty sure it was like the smallest size, and it was big on him in the hospital. I remember when I had him, I put it on him over his outfit when we were going home with him. It was like part of his going home outfit. And because I did have him in March, and I remember it snowed that weekend when we were in the hospital. He was born on a Saturday morning, and we left on Monday. Yeah. And it snowed the whole weekend, so it was really cold. And I remember the nurse, when I put this on him, she's like, oh, look at his little Ron Weasley sweater. So I thought that was great because it was very baggy on him. It was fun. So I love this. Miss Babs Yelza strikes again. Such a soft, just such a great yarn, and I love it. So there's that. That is also in the special baby things box, and will remain there. And I knit this before I knew the gender of our baby because it was brown, and I figured if I had a girl, I'd just dress her with something pink under it, and if it was a boy, he could wear whatever. So anyways, there's that. I have been working on a lot of sewing. I've been making a lot of scrub hats for coworkers, some masks here and there, and I have some plans to make some baby pants coming up. I don't know for sure. I know for sure I'm going to make these baby pants. I'm going to try to make baby pants for that special patient I talked to you about that I'm going to be doing in her induction soon. I think I'm going to make her some baby pants from these knit fabrics that I have on hand. This is like a yellow polka dot, and this is the sweet, just pinks and yellows, but they go together really well. This will be like the cuffs on the legs, but I think I'm going to make this for her. And I might make this also for my little sister. She's having a baby soon, her second girl. So I might make her a pair of pants out of this as well. And this is the baby pants pattern I use. These have gone in the special baby things box as well because they would have gone to Walter, but my older son Bradley has worn holes in the knees, and I just can't bear throwing these away because he loved these. But this is the legging pattern that I use. It's by Brendel and Twig. And I think it's like the cuffed, I don't remember. But I'll put a link down below. I love this pattern. It's so easy. You do have to have some elastic. So it uses elastic for the waist. Look, I have these little labels that say Jennbug Handmade because I put them on my scrub hats. But anyways, and I have a serger, but you don't have to have a serger to finish these knits. You can just do a zigzag stitch. I did that before I had a serger, and it worked out very well. And I know these look terrible, but because they're not ironed, they're just all wrinkly. But I really love this legging pattern. So this is a legging pattern I use for everyone. If you have a baby, I make you like a pair of leggings. That's like my thing at work. Or if you're my friend and I know you, that's what I do. But I love that it has these like stretchy cuffed cuffs on the legs, because even if they're a little bit long, this is cinched in enough to where it doesn't hurt, but it like keeps them from falling off their feet. I love these leggings. I've never had a problem with these slouching down at the bottom, which I think is great. So my boys have actually been able to wear them for a very long time as soon as it fits them in the waist, which is pretty early on. Like if Bradley hadn't ripped holes in the knees of these, it's just this knee actually. There's a hole over here. If he hadn't worn holes in them, these would have gone to Walter, and he probably could have worn them in another month or two. That's how big he is. And I think these were size 3 to 4, so yeah, love these leggings. These are leggings to make for everybody. I have some coworkers who are having some babies too, and one of the girls doesn't know the gender, which would drive me crazy, but hey, I think it's great for her. So I have some of this on hand, and I have some of this on hand, and I think I'm going to make her leggings out of this cute Mickey Mouse fabric because it can be for boys or girls. So we'll do that. I got lots of leggings to make, and I've shown this before, but I ordered the coordinating fabric that I'm going to use for my little sister. I'm making her a baby nest. And so this is the main fabric that I have on hand. This is cotton This is Spoonflower's Petal Signature Cotton. So I had this on hand, and I ordered a coordinating, it's like scales, like on a mermaid fin or whatever, and it's got purples and pinks, and it coordinates with this beautifully. So that's going to be like the coordinating fabric. So I have that coming from Spoonflower, so I'm really excited for that. So I'm going to be working on her baby nest. I also have, I ordered myself some fabric. I had some like a gift card or something, and so I ordered myself some fabric, so I might make myself a couple of bags, which I'm really excited about. And another thing that I had coming today that it's not here yet, and I might pop back on here when it shows up because I have to show you. I ordered another Hohi bag, y'all. I'm bad. I'm really bad. But it was a special bag that she did with Lola Bean Yarn Company, and it was one of the bean bags, and it's super cute. And it was 2 shades of pink, okay? It had the like kind of pebbled leather on the bottom, and then it has like a light pink suede up top. It's gonna be gorgeous. I cannot wait. I'm sad it's not here yet, but I've been stalking the front door. I got that bag. It was my Valentine's treat, extra Valentine's treat to myself, because I'm crazy. So anyways, if it comes and I'm able to, I might pop back in here and show it to you guys on camera. But anyways, hey you guys, I'm back from the future. Literally as soon as I stopped filming the podcast, I heard the UPS truck driving away. So I ran downstairs and grabbed my bean bag. Holy cow, y'all. Look at this. This top is a beautiful pink suede, and the bottom is this beautiful magenta, I don't know. This beautiful leather. I'm in love. And it comes with this handle. Oh, and I failed to mention, so there were 2 opportunities to get this bag, right? The first was when Hohi released it on her website, which I was on there right on time. I set my alarm to get this bag because I wanted it so bad. And for whatever reason, it like auto added an item that had previously sold out into my cart that I had in my cart previously, even though it wasn't there because it had sold out. So anyways, it ended up when I deleted the other item in my cart, this was gone. And I was so sad. So I knew that when Adela of Lola Bean Yarn Company released it on her website, that I was gonna get this bag. It was my second shot, and I was determined. So, y'all, I bought this bag in the middle of a C-section. Okay, I did. It was crazy. So, because she released it on Valentine's Day, and I was working. It was Sunday, and I had no idea, like, what kind of patient scenario I was going to be in. Turns out, you know, I got placed in the middle of a section, and of course it was going to be during the yarn update, because she did it at, like, 1:43, which is I love you, if, you know, I'm sure y'all know that. But yeah, she did it at 1:43 p.m., and I'm literally, but it ended up okay because, you know, baby came out, mom was stable, they were just stitching her back up, and I'm sitting there, you know, I do all the computer charting anyways. I am not the surgeon. I do not operate on nobody. I just help run and grab things, and I chart what's going on. So it all worked out perfectly, and I was able to get my bag. I logged on right on and purchased it right in the middle of the operating room, y'all. It worked out. I'm glad she didn't hemorrhage or have any problems, because I would have been sad for her, and I would have also been sad for not getting this. I am obsessed. Oh my god, I love the leather, like the Hohi suede. The suede is my favorite. It's beautiful. And it's actually really big. I didn't realize this. This is my first time looking at it. I do not have one of these bags. It's actually really spacious in here. And it's got this nice, like, I don't know if this is canvas or really thick cotton. I think it's a canvas. Oh, it's so nice, y'all. I'm actually about to put my baby blanket in here because I gotta use this bag. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys that I was not a liar and that I was able to snag one of these beautiful bean bags. Oh, I love that it's got the strap too, because I can easily carry this to work. I might use this as a purse. I'm not gonna lie. these colors, my jam. I am so hyped to have this in my life. So I wanted to say thank you, Hohi and Adela, for this beautifulness. You've made me happy. Anyways, back to my podcast. Very excited for that. And I will mention, I have my baby blanket. This is a Fringe field bag. Fringe Supply company. They're out of business, which makes me sad. They went out of business like last summer after the pandemic hit. I loved their bags. It was this amazing canvas that's like nice and thick. They have really great pockets on the inside where you can put like your yarn labels and your pattern, and the other side actually has like needles, places where you can actually put your needles. I can't get it to show on camera, but yeah, awesome. And this one was a special plucky bag that they did way back, and I snagged, and people still look for this pink field bag. Like, this is a coveted treasure, okay? I will never sell it. But I was so excited to have this, and I've got some old plucky pins on here. It says Twill, always Twill, and Ogre Achiever, because Ogre was one of their colors. And this is like a Rifle Paper Company pin. Can't get that, so that's cute. But anyways, I love my pink field bag. And I'm really sad they went out of business. They made the best bags. But now Hohi is here, so it is okay. It is okay. All right. I really like plain things, but I love pink. Pink is my life and my jam. So anyways, wanted to show you guys that special bag. And let's talk about just some of the things that I've like seen on Ravelry, some dream knitting that I would love to make one day, because clearly I have ADD. I think this is why I haven't tried to do Make 9 before, because I get really excited and I have plans to make things, but then I want to make other things. So, you know, I got that knitter's ADD, but it's all right. It's all right. I don't know if you guys have seen this pattern, but Magnolia Bloom on Ravelry. Oh my gosh. This sweater is gorgeous, y'all, with the baubles and the lace up top. I am all about baubles and lace. It's beautiful. I would totally wear that. So that is definitely on my dream knitting list. And there's a few different versions of like this sweater, or the Magnolia Bloom, whatever. I don't know. There was like a cardigan version, and then I think there was some other kind of version I saw on. I like stalk the Ravelry hot right now. It's like my favorite thing to do is just browse through patterns and the new debut patterns. I'm a nerd. But anyways, the pullover version, that is gonna be in my closet one day. That's gonna be in my closet. And I also like that it's one of those sweaters that probably could fit me in a few different sizes. I've been trying hardcore, you know, get back down to some pre-pregnancy weight. So that's one thing that I think I've been really hesitant about knitting sweaters lately, is just because, you know, I'm finally at a point, I don't know what it is about having kids. It's hard on your body for sure. But I'm finally, now that my youngest is 18 months, we don't plan to have any more. I'm finally at a point where I feel like, okay, I'm able to lose weight again. Just like, I don't know, it takes your body a while to recover. So I'm finally feeling really good again. So we'll see. You know, and I don't ever do fad diets or crazy, I don't know. I don't do like cleanses, this and that. All I do is I know that if I exercise a little bit more, or just get my butt moving, and I limit my calories, you know, and eat things that are healthy as opposed to unhealthy, that always helps me lose weight, you guys. It's not magic. It's not this or that. It's like literally like get up and move, do any kind of exercise. I really love the Apple Fitness. I have an Apple Watch, and it like links with your phone, and we have an Apple TV. So that it's like $80 a year, which I know is a lot of money, but my husband and I are both able to share it. So essentially it's like if we both had gym memberships for $40 a year. Some people pay that monthly, okay? And it's super cool. I don't know if it's like Peloton. I've never done any of that, whatever. But you literally can just, you know, work out in front of your TV, They have yoga, they have dance, they have strength training, which I love. I used to be in shape and lift some weights, beat your ass. But anyway, so it's really cool because they have a variety of things, and they upload new videos every week and stuff. I've just really been enjoying it because hey, I've got 20 minutes. Here's a 20-minute workout. I'm going to get in front of the TV and I'm going to do my thing. It's awesome. And then it all syncs with your Apple Watch. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent, but if you really love that, or if you really like working out, or you are thinking about working out, whatever, I love it. Love the Apple Fitness Plus. So anyways, check it out. I think they do a free 1-month trial, so you could try it out too, which is super cool. Anyways, back to dream knitting. Another pattern that I love, and I've always wanted to knit ever since I saw it come out is the, and I can't say things right, but the Ninchalik Swancho, the Swancho by Caitlin Hunter. I'm pretty sure it's by Caitlin Hunter. Oh my God, it's gorgeous, y'all. That Swancho, and that would absolutely fit you, like, in a lot of weights, and I love that. I love big baggy sweaters. That's like my jam, y'all. Okay, so I want to knit that so bad, and I saw that Skane Cocaine, who she watched my last podcast, which made me super excited. I'm super excited that anybody's watching my podcast, but like a yarn designer that I heard of, that made me so happy to know. But anyways, I was looking at her website because I want to get some of her yarn. I've not had any of her yarn, but I've like heard things about it, and so I've been like snooping around her website, and she had this beautiful kit for it, but it's sold out. So I might have to ask her if she can dye more of that. But I hate asking people that because, like I said, as somebody who's owned an Etsy shop, I now feel guilty asking for custom anything. So we'll see. But I might just put it out there to see if she has plans to dye any more of those kits, because the colors that she used on her version for her kits were just my jam. Like pink, gold, that is my jam. So I would love to knit that sweater. I'm going to have to investigate and see if she's going to be dyeing any more of them kits. That would be nice. Anyways. And speaking of Caitlin Hunter, another pattern of hers I've always wanted to knit is the zweig sweater. It's this beautiful, like, yoked sweater, but it has this, like, I guess, I don't know. It's like maybe cables, but it's, I think, fingering weight. No, it might be sport weight. I don't know. But it's so pretty up here and just gorgeous. And then just plain. That's my type of knitting, right? Where you got a little bit of interest, but the rest is just plain knitting. Love it. So those are two sweaters I would love to have in my arsenal eventually as well. And the last thing that I saw on Ravelry that I love is the Powder Wrap by Casa Pinka. Oh my God, y'all. Have you seen it? It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's like this beautiful, and it's like an asymmetrical triangle, but it's got cables, it's got texture. Oh my gosh. When I saw that, my phone's gonna die. When I saw that pattern, I was immediately in love. Like I will knit that shawl. That will be in my life. So, and I don't know what yarn I will use yet, but it will be just white, just like the pattern, just like powder and snow, I guess. It's just gorgeous. So yeah, that's something else that I really, really would love to knit. So anyways, that is really all I have for you guys today. I'm sorry I don't have more. I will be working on that. I will be working my butt off getting some things sewn and knit so that we have some more content for the next episodes. I don't know why I agree to... Well, I do. So I do little commissions here and there for like friends and family and coworkers and stuff, like in terms of knitting and sewing, because like it helps pay for my other things that I want to make for myself sometimes. And with the pandemic and everything going on, I've been home a lot more. I went from like full-time working to like every other weekend. So, that's taken a big hit on my personal stash budget. Per se. So every now and then, I'll take on little commissions here and there, and it's fun. I like to make things for people, even if it's not really like a profitable thing. Like like the Bernie mittens, they weren't really a profitable thing for me, considering the amount of time that it took me to knit all of those, but it made people happy and it paid for mostly the yarn, so I did it, you know? And yeah, so sometimes I'll do things for people because I love them. And yeah, so if you want to download my pattern for free, use my coupon code by Peeps, and you'll be able to knit my Peeps socks and tell me what you think. Yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think of my pattern, and you can give me a thumbs up on my video or a thumbs down. It doesn't matter. Somebody commented, said they accidentally thumbs down and they felt so bad. And just so you guys know, thumbs downs help you as much as thumbs ups, at least from all the YouTubers that my husband watches, and they talk about stuff. I don't know. They're like, it doesn't matter. So if you hate me, it is okay. You can give me a thumbs down and it will not make me cry. It will help me out on YouTube still. So whatever. But anyways, thanks for watching, you guys. Like I said, hopefully I'll have a lot more to show you the next time. But check out my Peeps socks. Bye.